Oh, hey! I'm just poring over some recent headlines surrounding Kentucky women's basketball. I'm Caroline Mikowska, sports reporter for the Lexington Herald-Leader. Here's the latest on the Wildcats. The upcoming season, Kentucky is tall. Kenny Brooks' second-year UK roster is, on average, taller than last season's, which may surprise you given the fact that 6'7" Clara Silva transferred down to TCU. This season, only 3 of the 12 scholarship players stand below 6 feet tall. That's a 5'8" Liberty transfer Asia Boone, 5'9" Georgia Tech transfer Tony Morgan, and returning guard 5'10" Gabby Brooks. UK has added 6'3" McDonald's All-American KK Carroll, as well as 6'5" Swedish center Elsa Vadfors to its freshman class. And of course, back for another year are 6'5" center and reigning SEC Defensive Player of the Year Clara Strack, as well as 6'4" Tiani Key. And speaking of Tiani Key, Kenny Brooks and his staff believe that this year will be a breakout season for the senior forward. Last year with the Wildcats, Key was one of 5 players responsible for the majority of the minutes and production each game. Throughout the year, the former top 10 prospect and McDonald's All-American struggled with foul trouble and inconsistent levels of confidence. But this year, Brooks believes, will be different. In future Wildcat news, 2026 point guard commit Madden Greenway out of Minnesota has been named a late addition to the roster for USA Basketball's U19 team. Greenway is replacing rising Florida sophomore Liv McGill, who's no longer available to compete in this year's Women's World Cup out in Czechia. Group play begins on July 12th. Get excited! Greenway, who currently rates as the number 11 overall prospect in the class of 2026, committed to UK back in November. That was the class's first pledge. And I know what you're thinking. You're telling me, Caroline, you said she's the first pledge in the class. Does that mean there's another? Absolutely. At the end of June, Kentucky earned its second commitment in the 2026 recruiting cycle. Long Island Lutheran's Savvy Swords, currently the number 18 overall prospect in the class of 2026, and the younger sister of Michigan star Silas Swords. Now, those rankings will fluctuate until Swords and Greenway graduate from high school, but as it stands, this marks the first time since 2020 when UK has had at least 2 commitments ranking within the top 100. A recruiting win for sure, but definitely also indicative of the turning tide, what it means to recruit for the University of Kentucky. If you're interested in more recruiting news, you can follow along as I will be in Chicago next week for Nike's Tournament of Champions. And you can read all you want about Kentucky women's basketball and UK sports in general over on kentucky.com/sports.